As news leader, with Eyewitness News at 9 on Channel 54.
Good evening, I'm Mike Hoss.
And I'm Lucy Bustamante. The battle to keep the drifting oil away from Louisiana's coastline continues tonight.
All as the legal fight is just beginning. Brigadier Chaban explains why attorneys say they've already scored a win over BP in the name of the hundreds of fishermen they represent.
Irony on the open waters. The fishermen whose livelihoods are now threatened because of British Petroleum's leaking deep-water well are now the very same ones lining up to help the oil company keep the crude at bay.
We know that they want to participate in this response, and we want them.
The sign-up list is now 700 people and counting, but in exchange for being paid up to $1,500 a day for the use of their boats, locals were also asked to sign away some of their legal rights, agreeing they won't sue BP if they get injured while laying that oil containment boom off the coast of Louisiana.
Waiver and release of liability shall be absolute.
Attorneys for a New Orleans-based law firm representing close to 200 commercial fishermen say BP's waiver is much too broad and could tie up future claims against the company.
Even if they should be thrown out, it could take us 10 or 15 years to get that done. And why should these people accept that risk and that burden?
The attorneys say as a result of their efforts over the weekend, BP has agreed to rip up and destroy all previously collected waivers and pledged to never give them out again. A relief, say fishermen.
We're out there trying to help not only ourselves, but we're trying to help BP, and we wouldn't want anybody to take advantage of us.
Meanwhile, the oil giant is beginning to pay out claims as a result of the still growing mass oozing through the Gulf. But attorneys say beware. They've already heard of $5,000 settlements being pitched by BP in exchange for giving away your right to ever sue the company in the future.
Read those documents carefully. Take it to a lawyer that you trust. Have him review those documents, because those things can come back to haunt you.
Potential legal troubles just the latest in what still appears to be a growing mess.
Just yesterday, a different group of attorneys spent the day in federal court trying to strike similar language in another one of BP's contract forms. They say BP also agreed, Mike and Lucy, to take out the language.
All right, thanks, Brigad. The New York Times is reporting that an obscure law that creates a fund to pay damage claims from oil spills also limits the liability of oil companies in covering the costs of damage claims from oil spills. The Oil Spill Liability Trust Fund contains $1.6 billion and is financed by an 8-cent per barrel tax. The trust fund can be used to pay damage claims like lost earnings for fishermen, but cannot be used for cleanup and containment. The bill that created the trust fund also caps oil companies' liability at $75 million. Now, a new bill authored by New Jersey Senator Robert Menendez, cleverly called the Big Oil Bailout Prevention Act, would raise the liability cap for economic damages from $75 million to $10 billion. BP is accepting damage claims. You can call the hotline at 1-800-440-0858. If you have already pursued a claim with BP and you're not satisfied with the resolution, you are urged to call the Coast Guard at 1-800-280-7118. We will repeat these numbers later in the newscast, and you can find them on our website as well, WWLTV.com.